Hello and welcome back to Sing It to the World. My name is Daria. I'm a singer and a vocal coach, and today I'm doing another episode of subscriber submissions, the series of videos where you submit your singing and I give you feedback absolutely free of charge. I hope you're excited. I sure am. If you watched my first subscriber submissions video, you noticed that there were 4 singers featured in that video. I since have thought about it and changed the rules slightly, and now I'm going to be choosing 1 submission per video so that I can give you a more detailed feedback. Today's singer is called Gustavo. He's got his own YouTube channel. Please go ahead and check it out and give him some support. And he's going to be singing Daylight by David Kushner. On the submissions form, he said that I actually started taking vocal lessons 2 weeks ago. Mind you, this was in April. I took my time doing the second video. So this was in April, okay? I'm sure that Gustavo is now, has had a couple of months of singing lessons. So he potentially sounds different now, but I'm going to be giving him feedback based on today's video. He says, going for my 3rd class this Friday, I feel like I sing better with a darker tone. Let's note that. Yeah, that's important. And was wondering if there's any way to keep it when singing higher notes. Interesting. We know that our singer has asked me to, how do I keep my darker tone alive on higher notes? Let's listen first, and then we're going to talk about it. Let's have a listen.
Telling myself I won't go there. Oh, but I know that I won't care. Trying to wash away all the blood I spilled. This lust is a burden that we both share. 2 sinners can atone from a lone prayer. Souls tied, intertwined by pride and guilt.
Let's pause here. Okay, so straight away, what can we hear? We can hear a very beautiful, rich, dark tone that Gustavo himself, I think, really likes about his voice. I think that it's absolutely lovely, it's beautiful, and there's so much you can do, Gustavo, with it. Oh my goodness. But before we dive into the dark tone, I think what we need to address here first is your voice currently isn't as balanced as you probably want it to be, and I'm sure you can hear it yourself because it's a little bit shaky in places. Yeah, so that's a breath control thing we could work on. It's a little bit unstable with regards to your vocal fold closure, but it's only a tiny bit, okay? I'm being picky, but this is what you're here for. I know you guys are submitting your singing so that I can give you actionable feedback, not just praise, right? However, your tone is really nice. It's lovely. I like that it's so dark. It's a baritone, beautiful stuff. Now, how do we make it more balanced? There's lots of ways to do it. I would first of all recommend singing through the straw for you without pushing the volume though, okay? I have a video on the channel about it. I leave you all the links in the description below. So what singing through the straw does, and I actually recommend you sing like a verse of this song through the straw, is it basically provides your vocal folds with a really balanced, sort of nice vocal fold closure. So they close in a really balanced, nice way. So give it a go, okay? Give it a try. And I'm sure that you said that you're going for lessons. Awesome, amazing. I'm sure that your vocal coach will also have lots of different ideas for you. But start with the straw, okay? Let's keep going. Let's have a listen to those high notes that Gustavo was talking about.
Telling myself is the last time. Can you spare any mercy that you might find if I'm down on my knees again?
Okay, let me pause here. Did you hear the time note? Yeah? It was a tiny bit tense. And I'm guessing that this is where your desire is to keep the darker tone. You just want to keep the darker tone because it sounds good, which it does. And you just want to kind of preserve that for the high notes, for the texture, for the tone, for the style maybe as well. So there's a couple of things about that, and I'd like you to just have an open mind, okay? Your sound is thinner on higher notes for a couple of reasons. One of them, and that's a really big reason, and this is where I'd like you to keep an open mind and really work on it, okay? Is that your larynx, your voice box, it shoots so high up on high notes, which it can be, yeah, it can do that, that imagine it's like in your throat almost, yeah, it's that. There's no space in your throat for resonance. So this is why the sound is thin. And if you were to learn how to keep your larynx a little lower to allow that space here in your throat, yeah, for resonance, for that kind of spacious, darker tone that you like, then you will actually benefit from it a lot more than we think, because you're gonna have a relaxed sound and you are gonna have a spacious sound, and you also are gonna get a darker tone. It's not gonna be super dark, yeah? Because on low notes, your vocal folds are short and thick, which is what gives them that tone as well as other things, yeah? But on higher notes, it will just sound thinner, yes, but we can do things to help it. So basically, I need you to work on releasing that throat tension and making sure that your larynx sits a bit lower. So how do you do that? Now, I've done so many videos here on Sing It to the World on it. And if you watch them, you probably will know what's coming now. My advice is very simple. I need you to learn how to use surprised breath to release tension. Again, I'll leave the link for you below, but this is the gist of it. So when you have a higher note, I need you to take a breath before it, a short one, yeah? As if you are surprised by something. So check this out. You're going, it's like, oh, I'm surprised. Now, make sure that, just pop your hand here for me on your voice box. And when you do that, you'll feel your larynx dropping. Something is gonna just drop here a little bit. This is your voice box lowering, making sure that there's no tension here, okay? And how can you practice this? So let me have a look at the lyrics. So your line is telling myself it's the last time, yeah? So what I need you to do is this. Before telling myself, you're gonna take a surprise breath. You're gonna go, telling myself it's the last time. And that way it's not time, okay? Now you need to practice this, all right? Because it can't be telling myself, it can't be a long breath that just like cancels it, because you're gonna have tension here just because you took that long breath. It needs to be short, it needs to be quick, okay? It's about the space, so it's about going, yeah, telling myself it's the last time, and no opening your mouth, which you're doing, so that's fine. So I'm gonna leave you some resources, okay, in the description below. If you guys are feeling that you also actually have some throat tension, go ahead and check it out. Surprised breath is an amazing tool, okay? It's gonna completely transform your voice. Just really have an open mind and learn about it, understand the gist of it, okay? Right, let's move on, because I've got more to tell you, Gustavo. Let's move on. I'm going to play the video, and I'd like you to please observe mouth position, okay? Let's have a look at that.
There ain't mercy there you might find if I'm down on my knees again. Deep down, way down, Lord, I try to follow your light, but it's not time.
Watch the mouth.
Don't leave me in the end.
Okay, so Gustavo's jaw is quite active, isn't it, in singing? How? Please don't leave me in the end. It's like it's pushing out a bit. It's looking out there, yeah? Now, I think that, Gustavo, you're doing it without even knowing. You're doing it because you subconsciously want your tone on high notes to be darker. And doing that, see how much darker I sound straight away, yeah? Doing that changes the resonance room, yeah, in your mouth. You're changing the shape of your mouth, which in turn changes your tone, okay? It makes it darker. There's only one but here, because that, when you do that, this movement contributes to your throat tension. So all the stuff I told you today, it's kind of linked with the jaw as well, okay? So if you fix the jaw thing, everything else is going to get fixed as well. Together with the surprise breath, together with your straw exercises, it's all going to come together like a puzzle. You know, these are pieces of the puzzle and we're making one big puzzle. So I would really look into it. Now, how do you look into it? And let me just reiterate what is going on. Why is that not a good idea? So basically, your jaw muscles connect to your larynx muscles, to your voice box. So anything you do with the jaw, just do that for me. Stick your jaw out and see what's going on with your larynx. Pop your hand here. It's moving up, isn't it? It's moving up. So your jaw kind of lifts your larynx higher and higher, contributing to tension. So this is why we don't want to do that per se. I know why you do it. I'm pretty sure it's because you like dark tone, and that's what it does. It gives you dark tone, right? But it's not a very healthy practice in the long run, okay? It's gonna make itself known, okay? And I wouldn't want that for you. I want you to have a healthy voice for many, many, many years to come, okay? So this is why we need to fix it now, all right? So, how do you fix it? Basically, we need to make sure that it's not looking out, yeah? That's not it. It's looking down. That's what we need, yeah? Now, that's easier said than done, and I know that. I taught so many students before about how to deal with jaw tension, because it's a problem, all right? It's an issue. If you just take a finger for me, take your finger, make sure you have clean hands, right? And put that finger just behind your upper front teeth. Yeah? Do it again. Now, I've got lipstick on, but I'll just do it, doesn't matter. So, if you just rest your hand on your lower lip. See what it does? It just lines your mouth, doesn't it? So to do that, like, you'll need to really try to do that, okay? To stick it back out. So, try it again for me. So, yeah? Perfect. Now we're gonna sing like this. And it's not gonna be pretty, and that's fine. That's not the point. The point is to get the mouth position correct, okay? And look at yourself in the mirror. The mirror is your friend, okay? You need to look so that you can see what's going on. Because most of the time we're not even aware, you guys. We're not aware. We need to pair it up with some visuals, okay? So pair it up with a visual, grab a mirror, or just sing in front of the mirror and notice what's going on in your body, okay? So let me go back a little bit and I'll show you in the song how to do it. Okay, so it's not time anymore, it's time, yeah? It's looking down, okay? Make sense? And then you can try it in different parts of the song that way. And just notice what's going on with your jaw. Unfortunately, it just brings a lot more tension than we think, okay? So just be a bit more mindful of it. Because guess what? If you fix your jaw tension, yeah, your larynx is gonna stop going too high up. And in return, you're gonna get a very free sort of sound without it sounding too thin because it's too tense. It's just because there's tension. This is why it's thin, okay? Because you're gonna then release that tension and you're gonna preserve your darker tone, okay? I'm gonna have to tell you, it's not gonna be the same as on low notes because it's physically impossible. It's gonna change, okay? But it's gonna change a lot less, okay? It's gonna be a lot more resonant. It's not gonna be that squashed, okay? Because you've got space here in your throat now for resonance to happen. Okay, you guys, I hope this was useful to you today. I hope that you found something useful for your voice too. Gustavo, very well done on your singing. You sound absolutely lovely, and I hope that my tips today will help you sound even better, will help you really control your voice in a nice way and achieve all your singing goals with ease. I've got a ton of resources out there for you. First of all, make sure that you subscribe to my weekly email newsletter. It's completely free and the link is in the description below for you. I send you free of charge vocal tips weekly straight to your inbox. So go ahead and subscribe today and I'll see you next week in my email newsletter. Subscribers of my email newsletter will also be the first to know about any upcoming courses that I've got in the works for you, so make sure to subscribe today to not miss any of it. And finally, if you'd like to be featured in my next subscriber submissions video, make sure to submit your singing today. I'll leave the link to the submission form in the pinned comment. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a like if you did, and I will see you next time.